Some of the people that I love to be on the water with the most are obviously those who like to fish, but also those who work really hard to conserve our resource. I'm going fishing with a lady who has worked so hard that she's been recognized with such angling greats as Zane Grey, Joan Wolfe, and Ernest Hemingway. We're in Los Sueños, Costa Rica at the Los Sueños Billfish Championship, the third leg, and we're being guided by Hall of Fame angler, Captain Joan Vernon. This is Guided. The Los Sueños Signature Triple Crown doesn't have the big prize money that some other tournaments are famous for. But anglers from around North America get excited to meet here and enjoy the incredible fishery in Costa Rica. We're tagging along on the Tierreta with Captain Bubba Carter. This team consists of close friends Sam White, Bill Esom, Del Dombrowski, and is led by Captain Joan Vernon.
Hot afternoon. Boy, that sun is hot.
How did it all get started for you?
My parents started me fishing. I actually come from the desert. I ended up in Michigan and finally bounced to Florida and to Costa Rica. But one of my first experiences with billfish was in Arizona because my father and my uncle used to go bill fishing down in La Paz and Cabo back in the early days. And they would come home with these magnificent stories of catching marlin and sailfish and what a wonderful time they had. So that made a lasting impression on me. Being on a boat, especially fishing, is such a wonderful experience. And you can leave your troubles behind. Even as a small child, it was like not really an adventure, but it was separating yourself from your normal day-to-day life. And you're out in the open air and, you know, beautiful blue skies and birds and porpoises and all kinds of things. So it was more of looking for tranquility. Watching people catch fish is sometimes, to me, more exciting than catching the fish. All right, Bill!
All right, Bill! Baby! Yes, sir!
All right, Bill! When I married Captain Harry Vernon in 1992, we traveled all over the world fishing, and I had the opportunity to form the Presidential Challenge as an actual business. I was one of the founders of the Miami Billfish Tournament, so I got into the behind-the-scenes managing of tournaments. So I formed the Presidential Challenge of Central America. We are now a 501c3, and it became my livelihood, and raising money for conservation, being with my friends, out fishing. So that's where I am today, still running tournaments. When I was 13 years old, I was in Capt with my mom and dad on our boat, and we got there right after the marlin tournament. And to this day, it's etched in my brain. I looked down in the yacht basin, because the water in the Bahamas is crystal clear. I looked at the bottom of that yacht basin, and all I saw were dead marlin. I have that image in my head. So as I became older and I met more people in fishing, even through my teens, conservation was always in the background. You are a good man cleaning up the ocean like this.
Environmentalist.
Absolutely.
You were here before the circle hook rule was enforced. What was the fishing like then?
The fishing was good, but it was just, I look back at it now and I think, my gosh, how many fish did we actually kill with J-hooks?
So what does a J-hook do versus a circle hook?
A J-hook, when a fish bites it in just the bait, it goes down into their stomach, and then it has to come out and hook in its mouth. So on the way out, it just tears them up. It tears the stomach. Right. It can damage all kinds of organs, their eyeballs. Several years ago, they made it mandatory that circle hooks be used. Whenever you go out and you're trolling in the ocean, you have to use circle hooks.
Joan's work with the Billfish Foundation has persuaded governments and industries to modernize their practices and beliefs. Coming up, how Joan Vernon's work can lead to a record day on the water.